Good morning and welcome to Yoga Meera. Some highlights and insights to my moment with states of no mind, movement, methodologies. Yoga is a grounding place I come to when the high of Tantra is so high. So centering oneself, we have the ability in Tantra to center. Yoga to bring us to the earth because we're in the sky with Tantra. And those energies, and there's just so much going on as we witness transcending this deep nothingness, no desire, desireless states. And so meditation in motion with Yoga Meera is a gift of Swami Kripalu's lineage that naturally came through meditation inside my heart. And then I rediscovered it by reading the books, being amongst all these people, and the interconnectivity with life itself. So trust your moments, trust that the multidimensions are helping us to see everything's interconnected, and look within. Looking within, giving yourself time to know the mind, body, spirit, and beyond self, no self. The gifts of the Buddha. Zorba the Buddha, rising in life, using energy, using totality, burning the candle on two ends. This is meera, the disciple, and this is Yoga Meera, looking within. So this is just going to be pure movement, meditation in motion from whatever's happening and whatever's the need. If I feel like I need to open up my chest, I will. Later on, I'll be teaching pranayam, asana work, but I'm just in this wave right now of coming through the darkness with the Master's light. Sufi, the people of the path. Namaste.
Empty. It is just on the surface. It is impotent sympathy. It does not do a thing. If somebody is ill, you sit by the side and you cry. Your crying is not going to help. The house is on fire and you cry. That is not going to help either. This pseudo kind of feeling has to be detected. Otherwise, you will never know what real feeling is. The real feeling is involvement, commitment. It is empathy, not only sympathy. It is action. Whenever you really feel something in your heart, it immediately transforms you. It becomes action. That is the criterion, if your feeling becomes action. If your feeling just remains a feeling, never becomes an action, then no bad, it is pseudo. Then you are deceiving yourself or somebody else. Many times people come to me and they say, Bhagwan, we feel much love for you. We understand what you say. But, and that but destroys all that they have said before it. They say we feel that what you are saying is right, what you are doing is right, but we cannot become sannyasis. If you feel what I am saying right, if you feel what I am saying is truth, then how can you avoid becoming sannyasis? It is impossible. Then your feeling will become action. Then feeling has to become commitment. Otherwise, what is the point? One can never go against one's heart. If you are still going against your own heart, then you must have a pseudo heart, which is a pretender. Just as the third is the field for male expertise, the fourth is the field for female expertise. The fifth is corrupted, poisoned instincts, repression, disfiguration. Gurdjieff used to say that all your centers are overlapping each other, are misplaced, are interfering with each other, trespassing, and you don't know what is what. Each center in its own function is beautiful, but when it starts interfering into somebody else's functioning, then there is great difficulty. Then the whole system goes neurotic. For example, if your sex center functions as a sex center, it's perfectly good, but people have been so much repressing it that the sex center does not exist in many people in their genitals. It has moved into their head. This is what overlapping is. Now they make love through their heads. Hence there's so much importance for pornography. Visualization. Even while making love to your woman, you may be thinking of some beautiful actress that you are making love to her. Then suddenly you become interested in making love to your woman. In fact, that woman is non-existential. Your own woman is non-existential. It is a kind of masturbation. You are not making love to her. You are making love to somebody else who is not there. You go on in the head fantasizing. Religious repression has disturbed all your centers. It is very difficult even to see that your centers are separate. And each center functioning in its own field is perfectly right. When it interferes into somebody else's field, then problems arise. Then a confusion of your totality. Then you don't know what is what. Sex can be transformed when it is confined to its own center. It cannot be transformed from the head. It has created a pseudo-center in the head. I have heard from time to time, saints are allowed to visit the earth in disguise. Saint Teresa had long wanted to pay a visit to Hollywood, but Gabriel, who was in charge of the roster, thought that even a saint would not be able to come through unscathed after visiting the movie capital. Eventually, however, Saint Teresa persuaded him that no harm would come to her and set off on the first available earthbound cloud. The weeks stretched into months without any word from Earth. So one day a very worried Gabriel put through a telephone call to Los Angeles. The connection was made, the phone rang, and finally a voice said, "Terry here. Who is this?" "Gabby, darling, how absolutely marvelous to hear from you." Now Saint Teresa is no more Saint Teresa. Terry. And Gabriel is no more Gabriel. Gabby, darling. The Hollywood has corrupted Saint Teresa. Your so-called saints are only avoiding the world, are repressed beings. If opportunities are made available to them, they will fall far below than you. They are just somehow holding their themselves back because of the fear of hell and the greed for heaven. But whatsoever you have repressed because of fear or greed remains there. And not only remains there, becomes unnatural, perverted, moves into deeper realms of your consciousness and unconsciousness. And then it becomes very difficult to uproot it. Gurdjieff was a Sufi. His whole teaching comes from Sufi masters. He introduced in the Western world methods how to demark each center and how to allow the center to function in its own field. The head should function as far as reason is concerned, that's all. Have you watched? Sometimes people come to me and they say,